This was episode 19.
Mm-hmm.
Today we are discussing clearly Canadian things. Thanks for joining us. Phil, how's it going?
It is going well. How are you this fine evening?
It's going. I mentioned it as in passing that I was worried that I was going to oversleep. Totally a massive headache. Went to sleep, woke up, no headache. So that's nice.
Hey, 1 + 1 does equal 2 occasionally. Occasionally. Yeah, I have somehow lucked out in life. I apparently got all my headaches out when I was a young wee lad under fluorescent lights because I knock on particle board desk. I have not gotten a headache in recorded memory. Heather had like a migraine the other day. It's weird. Like I will like sick, yes, this, that, other thing, like actual headache pain, not a thing for as long as I can remember.
Good for you.
Well, I used to get like, yeah, I don't know how I pulled that off. Like I said, I had massive migraines as a child from fluorescent lights, and like, no, thank you. But somehow apparently I got it all out of my
Maybe
system.
somehow it's been zapped out of your system. Like
yeah.
It's no longer.
Yeah, no, believe me, like other pains, lower back, arms, legs,
Mm-hmm.
can't turn my neck, woke up funny, sprained a wrist, all sorts of things of old age.
But no headache.
But no headaches.
Well,
I'm yeah.
Consider yourself lucky, and hopefully it's not one of those. You know, they say like every 7 years there's a.
Oh, I know.
Changes,
yeah, just like
some kind of.
Yeah,
thing,
and then you wake up with new allergies. You're like, I don't remember being allergic to everything under the sun. I guess that's this 7 years.
Yeah.
So, in honor, what does this say? Okay, so in honor of our, I think we talked about this a little while ago, that we had spoken previously about clearly Canadian sparkling water beverages, and so I, in the time since our last podcast, have procured 4 bottles, 2 of each, raspberry and 2 wild cherry. And I was just, these bottles have been sitting off to the right of the camera, and I've just been admiring how they're just slightly different. The maple leaves are slightly different on the lightly blue, and then I think it says "Be Good" in the top, which I find very odd. Anyway, now
which
that
I've
finished reading,
open now that you finally.
Which one should I crack open? Raspberry.
Raspberry is the only you will never catch me drinking
yours?
anything that's cherry or grape. So I can't connect with you on that.
Okay, that's fine.
A little ASMR.
Yeah, we're gonna see if the microphone picks up the opening. Nope, not so much.
A little bit.
Just the snapping of my.
I heard a little.
Yeah. Okay, so we shall now open and straight from the bottle or pour in a glass.
Go nuts, man. Live your life.
Go nuts. All right. Oh, that is different and good.
Isn't it delightful?
It is good.
I feel bad because it's been sitting there for like 10 minutes. I'm sure it could be colder, but it's so good.
Yeah, no, it is okay. Okay, all right. So I will so having drunk huge vast amounts of LaCroix and off-brand LaCroix, this is definitely stronger than, like, as far as flavor goes, right?
Okay.
Like as far as sparkling beverages, so my takeaway is that this is definitely like actual stronger flavor, because you get like all the sparkling like seltzers, no matter which ones I've had, all are very, I don't know what they're doing. It's just like somebody, walked by and splashed flavor onto your beverage.
Okay.
That's what it feels. But this is, and then there's like fruit juice, right? If you have fruit juice, it's very much like a raspberry punching you in the face with a baseball bat.
Okay.
This is not. Like, this is, if I had to say, this is like maybe 50% more than a LaCroix, but like 100% less than fruit juice.
And what about carbonation?
Lightly carbonated, because seltzer wants to strip the
your throat. Yeah,
it wants to strip your throat from the inside out. But this is like just lightly. I was trying to think. What's it called? Perrier. Is that Perrier I'm thinking of? Yeah, like that one is even like always. I always feel like that one is a really sharp finish, even
I
though it's
don't like
less
Perrier.
carbonated and more
Yeah.
flavor. Yeah, but I remember I can't remember where I was, and I ended up grabbing like it's the only thing they had that wasn't like a soda somewhere that I was getting food in the last a bit of time, and I remember grabbing one.
I
So,
never I never
huh?
got into. I just can't like Perrier. Perrier to me is like someone did lamppost flavored pop rocks. I just don't understand.
Lactose flavored.
It's just metallic, and I just can't. I don't like it at
Oh, this,
all. I love love my clearly Canadian
yeah,
raspberry.
this is yeah. I was gonna say carbonated spring water, cane sugar, natural flavors, citric acid. Yep, contains 0% juice. We told you so.
You're like it has a little more flavor, but fake flavor.
But no juice. Yeah, but flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, made with water from natural Canadian springs. No, okay. Well, I'm glad I started with the raspberry. This is good.
I'm telling you, when they okay, so this I used to run to, I guess, in here, well, corner store, right? We used to call it,
Yeah.
we call it the Dep, but that's short for a French Canadian term. So we'd run to the Dep, and every time I could get a bottle, I would either strawberry or raspberry. I haven't been able to find strawberry again, ever. I've only
Okay.
ever
So
been able to see raspberry
okay.
and like some fruit field or some other fruit ensemble or something like that. Um, and yeah, when I was younger, man, I used to love these things, and then they disappeared. They discontinued them. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, they brought them back, but you can only purchase them in bulk from their website, and they sold out like overnight because people freaked the hell out. It was like back by popular demand, after 20 years, and now they're living life. They're in circulation. I hope that we don't have to fear of the dark days again. But I'm glad they're back.
Okay. So I'm kind of glad I went to because I went to the Cost Plus World Market near me. Because I
Mhm.
happened to be I
Mhm.
was doing some stuff at the Orange hardware store that doesn't sponsor us, and so I where is it? Let's go
It's
back to the
called
list.
Dome People.
Yeah.
Don't jump to
Yeah.
conclusions, guys. It's not the other orange one.
It's not the other orange store. Um, yeah, so my choices there were I was just kind of make sure I wasn't crazy. It was yeah, the country raspberry,
Mhm. Mhm.
wild cherry,
Mhm.
mountain blackberry, and orchard peach.
I wonder sometimes if the peach one's good. I should try it. I don't know why I fight it. Um, but yay, we
Hmm.
finally had it.
Yeah, so this is the only downside to this is bulk from their website is probably cheaper
Yeah, yeah.
because at the Cost Plus World Market
Four
they want
bucks.
$3
Yeah, yeah.
$3 a bottle.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
This is a treat. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
buying like 12 packs of seltzer for like 4.99.
Absolutely. I do not buy this very
Yeah,
often.
yeah.
And honestly, who the hell can afford to?
I I I feel like you've seen those memes. If I win the lottery, I won't say anything, but there'll be signs. The signs would be there will be bottles of clearly
Clearly
Canadian all
Canadian.
over the house instead of
Yeah. So if
cans
you
of
see
seltzer.
bottles of Clearly Canadian, know that I'm doing well for myself. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. If you see just half empty bottles of clearly Canadian all over the house, assume I've won the lottery.
Um, but they were like a dollar growing up, and also even then, I think it was just because it was a corner store, and they kind of like jack the price up anyway when you go to a corner store.
Yeah.
So they were probably very cheap
So
at a grocery store,
yeah, I'm
but
looking in here. It looks like it just kind of it's a pick of the litter. Apparently, there's a grocery store 2.3 miles from me that does have the strawberry.
I haven't had the strawberry one in 27
Yeah.
million years.
So yeah, I mean, maybe next time you're down here, we'll or if I come visit you, I'll go
Mm-hmm.
export some with me.
Yes.
bring you some strawberry.
Sir, what are
Okay,
you having?
this
Your
is making
suitcase?
me.
You're like
Yeah, it's like, ma'am, what is this? Well, sorry, I'm smuggling Canadian things
smuggling
to
Canadian
Canadians.
things. Clearly, 2 Canadians.
Yeah, 2 Canadians. Oh, fun. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, and then later we'll crack open once I finish this one. I poured it into. I made another batch of the giant ice cubes,
Oh, nice.
and so I prepped a glass with a giant ice cube. So, yeah.
I feel like
So
there's
it'll be.
a limit to what you can. Like, if you're drinking that as a standalone beverage, fine. But if you start
Yeah.
to, like, this is what I want to have with dinner, you're limited because it depends what
Yeah.
flavor you're going for. But I guess the
Yeah.
same could be said for types of wine, too.
Yeah. And or like, is this a dessert beverage?
I don't
Like,
know. I
finish
don't
your
think it's a
evening.
dessert
You're
beverage.
like,
Well,
no.
because people have like Dr. Pepper and weird Mountain Dew flavors, and if you can drink that kind of
Yeah.
diabetic candy, wouldn't you be able to drink that?
Yeah.
And it's from a
With your
spring, you
steak, or
sons of
yeah, with your
bitches.
steak or your chicken Milanese, some Mountain Dew Blue Blast or whatever they they make
Ass
nowadays.
Blaster 6000 or
Yes,
something,
yeah.
whatever the hell it's called.
Mountain Dew diabetes are us.
Yes, exactly. No, it's
Just it.
the,
I Yeah.
what is it called? Um, Baja Blast, which for
Hmm.
some reason, the last time that we drove through like a Taco Bell to have like, you know, diarrhea equivalent tacos,
Uh huh.
he ordered, Jake ordered a Baja Blast, and I took a sip, and it didn't completely repulse me. And I thought either the chemistry of my body was changing or whatever. So then we went again at some
Yeah.
point, and I ordered one for myself. And I swear I took a sip and I was like, this literally tastes like carbonated palm olive. And I don't understand how anybody drinks this. And I drank it, half of it. And I was like, what is wrong with
Yeah.
me? Like,
So I mean, you bring that up. So okay. So sometime it was over COVID.
yeah.
I don't know what I have. I had not eaten at a Taco Bell in probably a decade. And I don't know what led me to there. I don't know if I was just like I was rushing around. It was the closest thing. I had to be in like 12 places at once. I stopped by the thing and I'm like, okay, I know what's safe here. I will just have like a quesadilla, chicken quesadilla. I know what that tastes like. Give me one of those. And then I was like, and I need a beverage. And I swear I ordered a Pepsi. And I wasn't paying attention. And so I get handed a thing, and I put that in my center console. I get
Mm.
my thing, and I pull away, and I lift up the cup, and it's blue. I'm like, did they give me the wrong beverage? Like,
Yeah.
what the hell? But I have to be somewhere. Okay, whatever. What is this? I drank it and it tasted like Pepsi. So now I'm like, are they pranking me? Is this clear Pepsi all over
Oh,
again?
okay.
Did
Okay.
the 14-year-old just give me the wrong
Yeah.
beverage? But I look down and like the Pepsi, he's gone to the effort of pushing the button that says Pepsi. So I'm like,
So it is Pepsi.
am I being like, is there a hidden camera? Is like some MTV host gonna hop out from under a bush and be like, ah, old man, look at you with your blue Pepsi?
It's really
Yeah.
RC
I'm like,
Cola.
so I'm like, you know what? Just yeah, it's really RC Cola. Yeah, just I'm like, okay. But the kids still do it. I mean, Heather's daughter will occasionally be like, I'm going to Taco Bell, and mine as well. She'd be like, I'm cruising through the Taco Bell here. I'm
The
like, I don't understand how. It's
I
yeah,
know that some fast food joints take pride in having like the best Coke or the best this and that, and they'll say like
yeah,
McDonald's has the best Coke or whatever. But I feel like a lot of these drive-through places, because they're basically hiring like 6-year-olds, there's like this carbonation ratio that must be okay for the first week, and then it all just goes straight to shit. Everything tastes
yeah,
absolutely horrendous. And I'm like, I don't want the drink. Well, it's cheaper if you get the combo. I don't
yeah.
want
Well, first of all, I
this.
mean, I kind of made Heather and I made this conscious effort after the New Year. We're like, because it used to be kind of our ritual when we were buzzing out to go antiquing would be like, okay, not have breakfast at home. On the way out, grab like a McMuffin, egg McMuffin, no cheese, and
Okay.
then maybe, and then she like it's the only Coke that doesn't like upset her stomach, which is the oddest thing. She's like, not out of a can, not out of a bottle. no restaurant like McDonald's,
Perfect
Coke,
carbonation
perfect
for
carbonation,
her
perfect amount
stomach.
of syrup,
Yeah.
soothes her stomach. Like if
Mm.
she had an upset stomach, it'd be something that she'd occasionally be like, all right, I'm gonna go get a small Coke. My stomach is like upset.
Okay,
And
so it's the
yeah,
ginger ale, I guess, that you would give
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Oh,
yeah.
at least
But
that works
I
for
just
her.
find it funny that just it's that kind of thing as well, where for whatever reason, the way they set it up, yeah.
Mm, 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 mm.
Hmm.
Mm, 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 mm. Okay.
But
Well, I'm
yeah,
glad
so
that you finally tried it.
yeah, me too. This is I will occasionally purchase this for a treat
When
to
you're
be in my
spoiling
refrigerator.
yourself.
It's when I'm spoiling myself at
Yeah.
$2.99 a bottle.
Oh yeah. I know it's ridiculously expensive. It's funny too because the first time that I saw it again was at a world market, and it was
Hmm.
when I was living in Los Angeles, and I nearly like flipped my head back in like total shock, like, is that a bottle of Clearly Canadian? And then I bought like two or three of them. I was freaking out over the price, and I just chilled it just right. And I remember cracking it open at the counter in the kitchen and just being like, oh, it tastes the same because I hadn't had it in so long. Yay, glad you have it.
Yeah, do not deceive me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Another fun thing I want to chat about before we get to some of your topics is um, I had, for various reasons, uh, an invitation extended to me to go to a ice hockey game earlier this week, and uh, the circumstances resulted in me being in a suite for the first time in my life,
Oh
and
no,
boy,
poor you.
sweet Jesus.
Mm.
I mean, your own private bathroom, great view, no riffraff, no one's
Yeah,
throwing hot dogs at you.
I don't. You had mentioned this to me very briefly, and I don't want to get into the details of anything because I know it's like Heather adjacent and it's her job stuff. But
Yeah.
your own bathroom? I mean,
Yeah. So
don't
it's
suites
like a
cost like
it,
$25,000 or some, or even more, or half a million,
I
or
do. I mean, I'm sure we could Google it. There were several empty ones without signs on them. So
I do know that often arenas will allow you to rent them out for specific events and stuff like that.
yeah.
But I think if it's like season tickets in a suite, you're basically essentially sponsoring the hockey team. So
Yeah. No, I mean it seems to be a okay, interesting.
what
So
what
it
what would you
seems well,
find?
I mean, I'm looking at the website. I don't know. I'm sure there's like a number, but it seems to be a they are available. See, this has got to be a they have available ones, right? That don't have like a corporate owner.
Mm-hmm.
Because we were walking by, I mean, like every bank was on that list. So you walk by and it's like Wells Fargo, PNC,
Mm-hmm.
all the banks, Fidelity, every financial thing was down there. Uh, one of the dispensaries up here in the Northeast, they had their own suite. That kind of wacky stuff. But this one is apparently like you can get them, and it's suites are available for single games for 5,000 to 7,000, but it depends on who, because if it's
Mm.
yeah, the Toronto Maple Leafs is much much more expensive than the say San Jose Sharks suite
What?
night.
Oh, okay, I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see.
yeah, be
Okay,
like
I can
this
understand.
is on demand pricing. They're
Got
like,
it.
no, if it's a team you actually want to see, it's gonna cost you.
Okay, so is there a point to a luxury nosebleed? Is it more about not watching the game? Because I don't see how you can.
It really wasn't that high up. It's really
Okay.
kind of like mid level.
Okay. Okay.
There are many people above you.
Okay. For some reason, I always
Yeah,
pictured it like raining above everyone. That's the
yeah, no,
suite. Okay.
they're low enough. I mean, so it's one of these things where it's probably like 12 feet by 24 feet
Mm-hmm.
deep
Mm-hmm.
ish, and you get your own little area of seating.
Okay.
So you get like I think it was one, two, three, 4 rows of like 6, where like you actually have stadium seats. in like half of it, and the other half of it is like tables, bar chairs, refrigerator, a bathroom in the corner, a bar area, a food area. And so the idea is that, like, yeah, you just endless food, like it is brought to you. So you pick
Okay,
from
so
a
you're
menu.
definitely not having to worry about being like that includes catering, obviously, right?
Yeah.
And a
I think that
massage
includes catering. Yeah.
and something
Yeah, and
autographed by someone.
a guy named Nick who brings you the finest fried chicken tenders in the land.
Okay, so on a scale of 1 to 10 of interesting things that you've never done before, where would you rate this?
Probably like a 5 or 6.
Okay.
Like
Uh
it was like very it was very appreciated. It was not akin to, I'm gonna say, flying first class domestically. We'll go with that. Where you're like, this is nice.
a
I am
bit much.
comfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, it's like, it's just like I wouldn't need this every time, because flying, like, okay, like flying, let's say from Ohio to Pennsylvania first class, it's kind of like, what are you really getting out of that?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
nicer chair and more room and
Aside
nobody
from
sneezing on
standing
you.
up in front of everybody being like, I can waste money like this.
Yeah, I can waste money
Like,
like
yeah,
this, and
yeah, yeah. Okay.
you people can't sneeze at me.
Hmm.
Um, but no, like I said, I don't want to sound by no means this is an ungrateful thing. I'm just saying
No, no, no.
it was a
I'm really
super
curious
neat
to know, like,
experience,
yeah.
kind of like just the circumstances, and it was like against a St. Louis hockey team. And again, I'm like, I'm not a big sports person,
Yeah,
period,
that's
full
fine.
stop on
I'm not
anything.
interpreting
And
it like you didn't enjoy yourself. It's
yeah,
more like,
so but it was an interesting game. It went into overtime. They lost in a shootout at the end, so kind of interesting. I had to myself and one of Heather's coworkers and I had to actually Google to see how many periods were in hockey or how this worked, because I'm like,
oh,
how does this work, Chat
how
GPT?
adorable. Okay,
I
so,
know, I'm sorry.
um, okay, so then here's my, I guess because here's the follow up question as to
Yeah,
why I'm asking you to grade this. A lot of times we get to experience things that are neat for free, but
yeah.
then it immediately sets a value to them where it's like, if you could, would
Yeah.
you? Now that you know what it is and you were a
Oh,
super hockey fanatic, do you think you would still be like,
oh,
yeah,
I think
I'll
it's
drop
definitely a
10K
much better. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, if money was not an
if
object,
it
then
was
yeah. I
not an
mean, like,
object?
it's definitely a much nicer experience where you just kind of roll in. Like, I've been to the baseball games around here, and I've been to that hockey stadium one other time for an event, and we had seats above in the nosebleeds,
Mm.
and it was it's like it's more stairs and it's more climbing. Let's just put it this way. And this was like you walk through a separate entrance. They go, oh yeah, up there. Just take the escalators up, and then you
That's
just walk
nice.
up like, yeah. And then you were from the parking lot to our seats 4 minutes. I mean, it was like zoom up in. If we had to go through the main entrance, then it's like 10,000 people squeezing through a cattle chute. Everybody's getting, wanded and frisked for
Yeah, for
yeah.
anything.
So it
Yeah.
really is just kind of like it's like it felt like pre-boarding.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That level of like, oh no, you can just yeah,
Okay, got
you
it.
can board
Got
ahead
it.
of time. Yeah. So just a neat thing. It was just like it was my first time ever in a suite, and so I was just like, huh, this is definitely different. So quite interesting.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, what's on your agenda?
that's an excellent question, Phil. What is on my agenda? I believe it's buffad. We touched on it last week. But last week it was known as, what the hell is the name of that pizza place? I can't remember. I'll let you know
Oh
next week. So
yes,
yeah.
yes. That's right.
So
I read this and I'm like, what the hell is she talking about?
um so I had to go down this, what were the best restaurants and what were the best pizza restaurants in Philly in like 2015 or 20 something or anything like that. Anyway, I finally found the name, and it was because of Chat GPT, because I
Oh,
just stopped Googling because I was getting really aggravated. I was like, I don't feel
yeah,
like
because all
using the
you're getting
Wayback
is like
Machine.
food TV articles from the early 1980s.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I don't feel like using the Wayback Machine. I don't feel like trying to figure out when the last time I ate there was. And so, yeah. Um, Buffad, which is like dialect for like a mouthful, depending on which part of Italy you're quoting. Um, so anyway, this place had the best pizza ever. I was so happy with the pizza that I ate that I wanted to speak to the chef. Um, anyway, when I left Philly, or I left PA altogether, they closed like a month later. I thought it was
Aw.
COVID. I thought it was COVID.
Yeah.
It like to me it was like, oh, it was something that went through my head during the visit. I was like actually trying to figure out like how can I squeeze it
Like,
in. I
do
know I
we
had a
go? Yeah.
conversation with Jake about it, you know, like really good pizza, blah blah blah. Oh well, womp womp. They went off to do other things. These siblings, they conquered pizza, and who knows what they're doing now. So
And
I'm pretty happy that I
yeah.
remember it though, but I'm also sad that it's come to an end. Maybe I was the last person to give a compliment to the chef, and they were like, "What else can we possibly achieve?"
Yep.
And they
This
just
is
closed their doors. That's what
yeah.
I
It was
like to
like this
think
is the
about it.
finest compliment in the land,
Yes,
honey.
exactly.
We can die happy now.
Yeah, get the padlock.
Get the
The
padlock.
padlock? Yes.
Fire the help and
Fire the help and get the padlock.
yeah, fire the get the padlock.
Yeah. I think we also had mentioned something along the lines of like best places you ate or some weird places we ate. I can't remember. It was last week and a lot has happened. Um, there is another point where I wanted to touch. I believe one of those lines, those subject lines, was Lefty's cheesesteaks.
Lefty's cheesesteak. Yes. Is this also a restaurant you thought about? Did you have to dig to your
Lefty's
credit card?
cheesesteaks is the polar opposite experience I had
Oh,
in Michigan. So, let me tell you a little thing about Michigan. Michigan was a very strange state to live in. Maybe just the town. Maybe the people. Definitely the people, but certainly unsure about the town. Anyway, the point is, the first week that we moved there, we lost power. Apparently, it's a regular thing for the street that we lived on. And then we yeah. Like all the food went to waste. Like we lost power. We had no idea what the hell's
I'm
going
sorry. So you
on.
lost power for like not like the blip. It's
7
out for like a
days.
day. How many?
Yeah, 7.
7 with
Yeah.
an S.
Not 11 with an E. It was 7. Still sucked.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Like to the point where
How
we had to go.
do you call? Do they just kind of shrug at you in Michiganese? What exactly?
We were like in a cul-de-sac where the power line was like only
Was it a
us and
child
another
on a small?
house.
Was it a child on a 4-wheeler? I mean, what made the power?
I don't have time for this combination of wounds. Okay, so like I can't please. Okay, I'm about to open.
We talked
this.
about that in like episode 1 or 2. I feel like
Yeah, so just
like
as a reference
previous
for anybody,
listeners.
yeah. Previously on
Previously, I don't know, not episode.
on shit that makes you go why is yeah, in Michigan we had a child run through the patio door on an ATV, basically let go of the ATV.
The child was 5.
Yeah, ran like ATV goes right through glass
Yeah.
everywhere.
I see.
No
I'm just assuming
comedic.
that with the kind of neighbors you had, they also hit the power pole and are the reason
I
that
wouldn't put it past them, honestly.
7
People are
goddamn
really
days. Holy
something
shit!
else. Yeah, so it was really
I don't
long.
know. My God, there would be so many stern phone calls to the local
I'm not even
authority.
referring to that time. I'm referring to the time after we lost power, where I was like, okay, we have a generator. Like we didn't have everything set up exactly the way we wanted. We were just running off. I can't remember which time it was. We lost
You're
power
like, it was
multiple
only
times.
3 daisy chained extension cords away from a
But we
small
were
fire.
waiting for this place to open up down the road on a road called Grand River, and we kept seeing this sign next to the mattress store that was like, coming soon, Lefty's cheesesteaks, blah blah blah, Lefty's cheesesteak, right?
Free mattress with every cheesesteak.
But it wasn't even one of those mattress firms
Next
where you
to
know
the
they're just
mattress.
fucking laundering money. It was straight up just like a mattress store. Anyway,
God. Nestled between the mattress store and the distillery.
there was no Nestles. No Nestles. Okay.
No Nestle.
I'm sorry, buddy guy. I'm sorry. I seem to have awoken my dog, who is yet again on my lap.
Yeah,
Anyway,
he's like, he's swaddled, swaddled on your lap, and you're
He's
like,
like,
if
"What
you
the
people would
hell?"
stop talking, I could really get through this nap.
I'm sorry. Okay.
He's
So-
like, yes, I am sorry that you woke me as well.
So anyway, this place finally opens, and
To
lo
much
and
acclaim.
behold, it's time for your quarterly loss of power. And we say, let's go through the drive-through. They had a drive-through. We're like, I wonder how good these cheesesteaks are. I already have like my caliber set, but I was like, it's a sandwich, it's meat, we're out of power. We're trying to like
They're out
not
of power
open the
too.
freezer, whatever
This
the
meat's
scenario
been
was.
thawed for about 7 days.
But you're open. You're open, so you must have a generator. Because here's the thing: when we lost
No,
power,
they're just furiously
when we
cooking
lost
all the
power,
meat.
when we lost power, and we conversed with other
On
people,
day 0.
everybody looked at us like we were insane. Because it was like, this is normal. Don't you have a generator? And we're like, no, we've never lived anywhere that's supposed to be like modern, yet also prehistoric. Like it's just never happened. And so
I mean, I don't set my bar high, but being able to, I don't know, turn the lights on seems to be something I got accustomed to in the early 1800s.
like it was just something that was just so casually said. Like, don't you have a generator? Just
Next,
use a
you're going to want
generator.
running water? I mean...
Gross. Yeah. Because
Gross.
anyway, it's totally normal to have to buy gallons of water so that you can fill your toilet so you can flush. Fun times. Just typical Michigan stuff. So anyway, we go through the drive-thru. We ordered one of these and one of that. I don't even remember what we ordered. It was like something with meat. Waited like 30 solid minutes.
What? In a
Something
drive-thru?
Really long. Yeah, like really long, awkward amount of time.
Well, drive-thrus are not designed for a 30-minute wait.
Well, we thought that everybody lost power, so there must be an insane like overflow of like DoorDash orders or some weird shit. Like they must have got
Yeah, because
inundated.
there's no cars in front of you, and you're in an old bank
There
drive-thru
was
that's
like
been
one
converted.
pickup truck in front of us, and then eventually it was gone. So
Yeah.
we waited. Then we get while we're waiting, someone finally opens the stupid screen door. Your camera froze. Did you lose power?
No.
Oh no. Okay, you're back.
No. You're like, did you lose power? No, well, you kind of jittered as well for a second. I don't know.
Oh my god, what a weird
Maybe
thing.
my
Okay.
child burning more chocolate is
Oh my
making the
God,
Wi-Fi act up.
Fritos. Yeah, so some guy opens the window and he goes, "Yeah, can I help you?" And we're like, "We're kind of busy right now," he says. He opens the thing and he goes, "Yeah, can I help you? We're kind of busy right now." We're like, "I hope it's making our food we ordered through the drive-thru." Anyway, we get this food. We go home. He gets sick.
But
It's undercooked. They kept the place open. And I don't know how they were cooking anything. But a lot of health code violations. Disgusting. Place shuts down a month later. Gone.
well, I mean, to back up a couple of feet, I mean, God bless you, 30 minutes. I think I would have broken the door down with an axe about 10 minutes in. Like, yeah, how did you not knock and start throwing rocks at the drive-thru window?
I don't remember. It must have been like the first 10 minutes that pickup truck was in front of us, and we're like, geez, this is taking a while. And so we just started to come up with scenarios and
No, they just yelled at that
justifications.
guy in the pickup truck and he got scared and left.
Maybe. But that guy just
What are you here for?
swung the thing
Never
open
mind, sorry.
and was like, "Can I help you? We're kind of busy right now." And it's like, we ordered. I swear I looked back and went like, did I order for another restaurant around here?
Yeah, you're like, was there even a drive-thru?
Was there a drive-thru for like
speaker?
Captain Mima's like crab shack somewhere on the other side, and
Did
I
I-
drove into the wrong fucking area? Anyway, disgusting.
That's
Yeah, it was
wow.
pretty bad.
Lefty's cheesesteak.
Yeah, and now it's goodbye cheesesteak.
I yikes.
Disgusting.
Wow.
Oh,
I
I
don't
know.
think I'm trying to I mean, Heather and I've had I mean, one of our favorite places down at the beach, there's a like little, I don't know. It's like I don't even know what to call it. They have cheesesteaks, they have hamburgers, they have chicken tenders. Basically everything gets made on a fryer.
Mm-hmm.
It's have French fries,
Mm-hmm.
onion rings,
Yep.
ice cream's 2 doors down.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, we come down one day, like it was her parents were in town, her brother, his wife, everybody. Like it's a party of like 12 of us. And we're like, we're gonna go down to the beach, watch the sunset, and we'll have some just vittles from the place we go to. Because it was kind of our thing, like occasionally be like, oh, let's go like split up cheesesteak and sit on the beach and watch the sunset.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get there, we get in line. There's like 2 families in front of us. We get up to the window. The lady has seen us enough times that she kind of recognizes Heather. And she's like, hey. We're like, hey. She's like, okay, here's the deal. We got struck by lightning yesterday, and it burned out 2 of the freezers. So we're kind of going through everything we have because we can't, we don't want to throw it out. What do you want? And we're like, what do you have? And she's like, she yelled something in the back. She's like, all right, I have enough meat for 5 cheesesteaks and 3 cheeseburgers. And then you guys are it because I'm closing the window because that's all we have. And so we're like, does everybody want? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay. So we cleaned them out. We paid and we walked away. And like just the sadness I could hear in the voices of the family behind us, because same thing. There's like a family of like 6 behind us.
Mm-hmm.
They get to the window. She's like, yeah, sorry, I sold all the food to them. We're like,
Aww.
sorry.
That was our chance, Mama. We were gonna eat for this one time. Never again.
Mama, we were gonna eat. Now I gotta go into the gift shop, overpriced gift shop, and buy bags of peanuts. But that one was not good. She was like, no, like it's sitting in the fridges, and it's been like we're cooking everything while it's still frozen because that freezer will not last till tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
Like when did you get struck by lightning? They're like in this morning's storm. I'm like, wow. So
that was a good question.
But yeah, nobody got
sick. We got struck by lightning last week. We're trying to get rid of it, and you're like, yeah, exactly. Okay. No, but that was my polar opposite comparison of one place where you're just like absolutely blown away, and another place where you're like, if you could -5 on Yelp, you would, you know?
Yeah.
So,
Yelp.
Yeah. So, I have an update about the vehicle situation.
Oh, yes. Do tell.
Where we last left off was transmission blew. Had to rent car.
Yes.
Because they had no courtesy car. And then rental car died in driveway, swapped out rental car after boost. Got a phone call today saying that
let's not forget your second rental car is a bit of a lemon too. It's in the citrus family.
It decided to start. We're gonna go with grapefruit. Like it took a little while to like. So it's for some reason the cruise control started working on it. I don't know. I think we were just maybe not going the right speed.
Yours is not to question why.
Yeah, we don't question anymore.
Just be grateful.
Yeah, so it's ready for pickup at least. So
thank you, Toyota gods. Wait, what's ready for pickup? The truck?
Truck's ready. Yeah.
The truck is ready for pickup. Okay, so I guess follow-up question was that did the extended warranty come through with flying colors?
Yes.
She is nodding in agreement.
It has finally paid for itself.
Because tenfold.
The extended warranty that was tacked on. This was a little bit of a trigger for me because it was tacked on after the fact and without my knowledge after I had signed. When I tell you shady, I'm like not happy with Michigan, okay? So anyway, this whole shady car dealership thing. Anyway, it's about $7-8 grand. It was, right?
Okay.
So yeah, $200
over spread over 5 years,
which Jake liked to spoil, even though I was trying to like build up for it. But thank you. Go back to playing your game. So yeah, $200 from $8 grand. $200 from $8 grand. That was the original quote, 82 or something, which is irrelevant, but it was way over 8,000. So now $200. So that's pretty good.
I love how it's down to the penny. He keeps good records.
Yes, he's very detailed. If you say $206, he would have came in and been like 206.79. Okay.
79.
Sorry. So yeah.
But no, that's so you. I remember
$200.
During our texting, you had said that they requested fluids, and I'm assuming that I guess that passed with flying colors. I don't know what they were expecting to find in your transmission fluid.
They are the father,
It
and
wasn't
now
be,
that the paternity test came clear, they're like, I guess this is our transmission that we got to take care of, and that's what they did. I told you they wanted to ship their own transmission because they didn't trust the dealership's transmission, so they shipped their own transmission.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what the delay was. They were looking to see if we sabotaged it. Yeah. So, yeah, they were like, well, these guys are covered until 2027.
You dared sabotage it by driving cross country.
No, but some people just do weird shit. So
filthy bastard.
But yeah.
Oh, I know. Were they looking for sugar or
probably
pretty pebbles or?
I'm thinking Matilda, like sawdust, and just let it purr a little bit.
Sawdust, yeah. You're like, oh, I filled it with my copper filings. No, it's just fried.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm relieved.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Jake's gonna leave at some point Sunday to go get it. I'm working all weekend, so I can't really partake.
Okay.
And then lastly, I could finally discuss this.
Okay. I'm on the edge of my seat, figuratively.
So about 4 months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, whatever, at some point when we just got here, we went to this place called Southside Market with Amy. Okay. And Amy, myself, Jake, we ordered a bunch of stuff. It was this, monstrous potato with all of the accoutrements and lots of barbecue-related things. And we got our stuff. When we picked it up at the, went through the drive-thru, sit down, start separating, oh, this is yours, this looks like yours. And then in the bag that they gave to us is about, I don't know, 40 plus saltine packets. None of us have any soup.
Oh.
There's no soup. I literally ordered a baked potato with what do you call it? Whatever, pulled pork or pulled something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we all had non-liquid food.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of weird. We couldn't figure it out. We had a little chuckle about it. And we ate, and they just ended up in a bag in my pantry. And I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do with all of these saltines? It's an exorbitant amount of saltines.
They'll eventually go stale. It's just
I
mean,
what
I remember.
What am I supposed to do with this? And then we joked about it back and forth, Amy and I and Jake, and it was like, yeah, blah, 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 the saltines, they would be mentioned in passing. Until one day, we made food, we had extra, and I drop it off to Amy's house, and I just throw the bag of saltines in there. I'm like, fuck it, I don't want this bag. I can't throw away food because my inner immigrant is just yelling at me, so someone's got to eat these saltines. So I just threw it in the bag.
There's a version of this where Amy just slips it into Christmas gifts and.
Oh my god. Anyway, wait, because
wait, there's more. Okay.
Soothsayer, hold on. So anyway, it ends up there. She calls me, get a good laugh out of it. She's like, what the hell you want me to do with all this? I was like, figure it out. It's your problem now. Fast forward to, the holidays. I open my gift, and there's, she got me, leggings, workout pants, and it's there's saltines everywhere. I was like, God damn it. So this is turning into a thing now, right? I was like, fine, it's my fault. I initiated. I'm taking it on the chin, whatever. I had already immediately made up my mind. You're getting this shit back on your birthday. But I enjoyed my gift nonetheless. Went home, smile on my face, saltines in a gift bag, threw them in a closet. I was like, these saltines are ridiculous. So they're in the closet in the entryway for a month or a month and a half. And I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to pull this off? Because my brain
Yeah.
instantly went to, I'm going to give them to her on her birthday. How is this going to happen? But then
Yeah,
due
because
to
you
my
can't
work,
just go right back in the gift box. Like it has to be.
it's
I don't
gotta
know.
be, I gotta elevate it a little bit, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I found out in the month of January, well, actually a little bit earlier than the January, that it was just gonna suck because I wasn't gonna be able to make it on her birthday, which fell on a Saturday because I was doing work related things like I am this weekend. So it was just an understanding that I would show up to her place the day before. So I go to Walmart last week, right? And I pull on the jacket of a tall man. And I'm like, excuse me, one piñata shaped like a video game controller, please.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, I can't wait.
Yes.
A video game controller pinata. Oh, that is beautiful.
Yes. And now I'm like, listen, these things have been through the ringer. We must be down at least 10 packets of saltines. Is this enough? Right? So we actually go back to Southside thinking the next time that we order, these guys are going to do the same thing. They're just going to give us an insane amount of saltine packets. We're out of saltines, they say. What?
We gave them all to you last time.
Imagine. So anyway, I was like, womp womp. Oh well, like because she was gonna get like an insane amount of saltines. I was just gonna keep doing this like until I
have this vision of where you send her a like FedEx overnight package that she has to sign for, and she opens it and it's just saltine.
Oh my god. So now stop. Keep all the ideas in your head. I can't give her any in case she's listening.
I know.
So now, so anyway, I'm laughing because every time that you and I touch across this topic, I'm like, no, don't even say it. Don't say anything because I wasn't sure if Amy was watching or listening because I just couldn't spoil it. Anyway, I never filled a piñata before, so I had no idea how anything works. So it's like this weird little flap that is just says place candy in here. And I'm going like those weird like puzzles you see at the dentist where you have to forcibly fit things into holes. And I'm like, saltine packet, diagonal saltine packet. And so I'm trying to get these saltines to fit.
I love it because it's one at a time. You can't even funnel these in there.
I was lucky too because I was like, is this the right piñata for me? And I was like, okay, one at a time. So I'm putting these packets of saltines. And then eventually I lift it. And it's so like, not front heavy, but side heavy. And I was like, how do I? So now I'm like trying to like.
Shake.
I can't because I don't want to bust the saltine packet.
Oh, you will
also
just,
that would
yeah.
suck. Because she just cleaned her entire house for her birthday. I'm not going to have like powdered crackers everywhere.
Yeah, now it's powdered crackers, yeah.
Anyway, when I tell you, it was exactly the reaction that I wanted. Okay, here's a little lesson on how to be super devious. You play stupid and you just make eye contact with people like, what's going on? So we show up to her house on Friday. Well, for actually the day before, a couple days before, I'm walking around her place and I keep staring like at the ceiling, looking for places
where
to
am I
put
going
this
to hang
piñata,
this
right?
piñata?
And she's like, what's going on? And I was like, I'm just looking to see if I can hang something somewhere. And she's like, for what? I'm like, for your birthday. Shut up. Leave me alone. Like, don't ask me questions. And then she's like, I don't want anything. I'm like, don't go down this rabbit hole. It's too late.
You're not getting anything. That's fine.
Touche. So I come up with this solution where Jake takes his bicycle stand rack, which is basically telescopic pole with like legs like that, folds it up. And I was like, so what are we going to clamp into it? We found the back scratcher that looks like a hook. Okay. So I was like, okay.
Perfect.
So now we show up to the house and I tell Jake, wait a couple minutes and then just go, oh, I forgot something. And start picking things out of the car one at a time. I wanted to give the illusion of like clown carness, you know, like what's going on.
Yeah.
So he leaves the first time and he's like, oh, I forgot something. And then I literally don't draw any attention to it. And I continue talking to Amy and the people that were there. And he comes back with the bicycle rack and just places it in the middle of the dining room, like doesn't say a word and starts setting it up. And people are like, what the hell's going on? And I look at her and I go, what is he doing? She's like, I don't know. And I'm like, okay.
He's your husband.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know, maybe. I was like, maybe you asked him for something bicycle related? She's like, I have no idea what he's doing. And then he comes back and clamps the hook. And then he comes back with the piñata.
This is
great.
No.
And while he comes back with the piñata, no, hold on. He walks in. While he walks in with the piñata, I grab her and I take her attention so she doesn't see what he's doing. And I go, I need like a stick. She's like, huh? I'm like, I need something that's like a stick, like a broomstick, but like half the size. She's like, I'm like, what do you have in your closet? I can't figure out. And so she's trying to find something to assist me so that, and then she's like, what about this? I was like, oh, use this. It's telescopic. You could just take it apart. It kind of looked like one of those things you take fur off the carpet, but like kind of like a Swiffer. And I was like, oh, this is perfect. So she goes to hand it to me. And I go, no, it's not for me. It's for you. And she's like, huh? I was like, piñata. She's like, what? And so I give her this gator and I cover her eyes and then takes a couple swings. Everybody's having a good time. She smacks it hard enough. The thing explodes. There's saltines everywhere. Yeah. And we're like, yay. She pulls down her thing and she just lost it. She was like, ah! Like she lost her voice. She just turned around. It was exactly the reaction that I wanted. She absolutely died. So victory. Fatality.
That is beautiful.
Flawless.
This have we talked about the change ever in our previous episodes?
Because you're telling me menopause, the story. Or like what are we talking about?
No,
the change. Did you have any like other way to segue into something?
Yeah. No. So what Nyxi used to do when we worked in the same office together, and I don't even remember how we even got on this topic. Couldn't even tell you, but
I think it had to do with literal change, like someone owed someone change.
So whenever there was like nickels, dimes, pennies, quarters, usually we stuck to like dimes and smaller, like not quarter sized change. And
times were hard back then too.
Yeah. So we would just leave it in places that the other would find, but it always had to be delayed. And it extended. So it was just this common like one-upping each other game. For my birthday one year, I get a card, I open it, change falls out. There's dimes glued to the O's on the front of the thing.
Mariah.
Yeah, it was a riot. Actually, I think the pinnacle of that one was you had moved on to another job. It had been 6 months at least, if not longer. And I opened something on my desk and like 2 dimes and a nickel and a penny fell out. And I was just like, same thing, like a very Amy, like, bah! And everybody in the office was like, what? I'm like, nothing, just don't.
And then the soundtrack to The Littlest Hobo starts. And you're like, reminisce.
And then, it was.
Oh, shit,
it happened. I feel like it happened at least 2 times after you had left that I found change amongst my desk without, with no.
Listen, if there was anybody that embodied a QVC commercial, it's me. I do amazing shit and then I forget about it. I said it and I forget it. And so like that's it. And so when people tell me, remember that time you did XYZ? I swear I cannot fucking remember anything. I do so much stupid shit. Like I do so like random things, so many random things that I cannot keep track of stuff. So when you would tell me like, or the only thing that is obvious to me of things that have happened in the past is like the last time I think I spoke to Dave was a few years back. And he said something along the lines of, we still occasionally find red balls of hair in the office. And I'm like, holy crap. And I'm just like, you're welcome. Like, it's just, that's funny. But she had a great laugh.
I mean, I think, among the other pranks we had, I think what really, it did get out of hand the one time when I put the pumpkin spice, like scented, like wax. It was those pumpkin spice like scent balls that were supposed to go in like potpourri things.
Smelled like.
And we had I like to call them desk scrotums. So you've got this, like we had standing desks, and the wire management underneath it was this gray mesh testicle that would hang below. And I say that because we had power supplies and stuff, and people would shove like 40 pounds of stuff, and they would like sag and stretch. And so it was the greatest place to just shove that. But the worst part is I start feeling bad because after about a week, you're like, I have this massive headache and I can't shake it. And we realize that the stupid smell, you've gotten used to it, so you can't smell it anymore, but it's giving you a headache every day you go into
migraines,
work.
man. It was so
It did
bad.
result in, our managers being like, okay, you guys went a little too far. And we, because somebody at work had actually really found this in their share drive the other day. Not the other day, a couple months ago. I think I shared this with you.
The pumpkin spice treaty.
We drew up. I went and found like a giant parchment like clip art, and then wrote this just the pumpkin spice treaty of like ye olde 2015.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe it's almost a decade. Yeah.
Where it was like, okay, we're gonna have to call a truce to harmful headache causing smells.
Oh man, when I found that I was so
Stick to
mad.
change.
But how could you guys know? I have such a sensitive, I have such a sensitive smell. Like it's just really like very sensitive.
No, I felt so bad. I cannot extend my apologies.
Again,
but
hilarious thing.
It
Adventure. Forgot.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna be like, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say no. Go ahead. What you were gonna say?
Oh no, I said one day I'm gonna be like in some sort of facility, and they're literally going to start giving me like some form of electrotherapy because they're gonna be like, everything you say is made up. Those are not real memories. And we're going to have to put you in that room now.
It's gonna be that meme. It'll be like, this one time we filled a piñata with saltines and everybody had a great time. That's nice, Grandma. We're gonna get you back to the home now.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man.
To go full circle to the end of our episode here, I in the midst of our chatting cracked open this wild cherry, clearly Canadian.
It's not too warm?
No, I mean, I cracked it open. It was still chilled, and then I added it to my glass with the giant ice cube still in it, and so it is still very chilled. It's good. It's I don't like strongly flavored cherry things, so
because of Benadryl.
If I were to purchase these again, it does not taste like Benadryl.
Like grapes. Grapes are evil. Children, don't touch them, or cherries. Okay, go ahead.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if I were to buy this again, I'd be okay by the cherry and I'd buy the raspberry again. Oh yeah. 60-40 split. Yeah, 60% raspberry, 40% cherry. It was very good.
I know that some people do like soda floats or something like that, like they do with like the ice cream floats with root beer. Do you feel like that could be like a cherry float, like a cherry ice cream thing, like a cream could kind of take away the potency of the cherry? Yeah,
I would say it would.
Okay, well, it doesn't matter because I will never eat that poison, so. No,
that's fine. So, oh, no, this is in French. It's not product, it's produit du Canada.
Yeah. No pronouncing of the T.
No, produit du Canada.
Some of the letters in France like to hide and pretend they're not there.
Yeah, and as it says on the top of...
I'm just watching.
Yeah. These, I mean, I was going to say, like, I keep marveling at the bottles because they're so fancifully designed.
That's where the $4 comes from, Phil. Honestly.
Yes, it's mostly bottle. Yeah. But I can get 10 cents back in Michigan or Oregon. So
that was one thing about Michigan that was nice. But I mean, you prepaid anyway. But it was like a little savings account, you know. Every couple of months we go back and we got like 50% off groceries, where most of them were expired. But that's a conversation for maybe next week. So thanks everybody for listening to Clearly Canadian Things. This was episode 19. Toodaloo.
Toodles, everybody. Thanks for listening to And Whose Fault Is That? Please consider subscribing on Spotify, Apple, Google, or wherever fine podcasts are found. Check out our live tapings on Twitch, Mondays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you miss that, you can find us on YouTube. That's at Offit Podcast for both platforms. AWFIT Podcast on Twitch and YouTube.